not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over. And Judge, not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over. And Judge,
the Trump administration, we will revoke the student visas of radical anti-American and anti-Semitic foreigners at our colleges and universities, and we will send them straight back home. They go back home. Enjoy your life. Likewise, the mobs of, literally barbarians that we saw on the streets of New York and other cities last week have no place in America. We can't have it. We have to. No country can sustain it. And we all want to be nice, but no country can sustain it. We will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need. Number 8. We will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately.
Okay, so you heard what Trump had to say. All right. If you're anti-American, he's going to get rid of you. Okay. If you are anti-small hats, okay, if you come against the small hats, he's going to get rid of you, okay? And we know that the MOTB, all right, is the final prophecy. It's the prophecy of prophecies, okay, because it cements the new world order, okay, in the enslavement of the entire world. So if you're not teaching this, okay, that the RFID C HIP is actually the MOTB, then you're going off, okay? All right, let's get into it. Revelation 13 and 16, and he causes, all right, Revelation 13 and 16, and he causes all, that means all people, all right, on the planet Earth, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, okay? All right, so what is this mark? All right, this has been broken down by the apostles and the elders and on down in GMS Great Millstone. All right, so let's take a look at it real quick. This is really simple, all right, but to some of us, the Lord is just not dealing, okay? He's just not giving us the understanding. So, all right, this is a mark, okay? All right, in the Greek, a mark, all right? It means, in the Greek, charagma, all right? All right, and let's look at that, the breakdown.
Strong's G 5480, charagma,
okay? Now let's see what it says. All right, for all of you that are tuning in, the charagma, the mark, I'm just going to say it, is the RFID chip, okay? All right, it's the RFID is the chip, okay? All right, this is the biblical uses: a stamp, an imprinted mark, all right, of the mark stamped on the forehead or right hand is a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. All right. There's many Antichrists. That's in the scriptures. There are many Antichrists. Okay. It's not just one Antichrist. All right. People who go against the Hamashiach. All right. The mark branded upon horses. So it's going to be a brand, which brands are permanent. Okay. A thing carved, sculpture, graven work, an idolatrous image. So a thing carved, it's going to be put in you. Okay. It's a literal thing. It's not spiritual. All right. All right. Okay. Charagma. All right. From the same G55480, a scratch, etching, stamp, as a badge of servitude. Okay. So this is a permanent thing to make you a slave. All right. Okay. So let's go to the root word. Karax. This is the root word of what they're talking. This is the root of the matter. Okay. Okay. Karax.
Strong's G 5482. Charax. Charax.
Okay. Let's go up. What does it mean? Right? Is it a spiritual mark or a literal one? We're telling you that it's something that they're going to put inside of you. It's the chip. All right. They're going to inject this inside of you. All right. So what does this say? From Carasso, to sharpen to a point, aching, through the idea of scratching, to sharpen to a point. So it's pretty clear that it's going to be a sharp item that they're going to put in you. Okay, it's pretty easy. Now let's look at the biblical word uses of this sharpen to a point. Karax, the root word of charagma. Okay, the mark. Okay. Outline biblical usage: a pale or stake, a palisade or rampart, pales between which earth, stone, trees, timber are heaped and packed together. Okay. But a stake, we know what that is. That a stake, you drive that into the ground. Okay. They're going to drive this into your hand. Okay. It's been widely put into people's hands. Over 50,000 people have already taken it around the world. Okay. The definition of palisade, okay, that we went over in the Greek for the charagma, karax, the root word for the mark. A fence of stakes, especially for defense. A long, strong stake pointed at the top and set close with others as a defense. Okay. So this thing is going to be pointed. Okay. It's a stake. It's pretty simple. Okay. All right. So as you just heard in the beginning of the video, Donald Trump is on the side of the elites, and he's on the side of the small hats, okay, over there in Israel. Okay, that's whose side he's on. All right, and he's gonna go after anyone that's against the elites and the small hats. All right, so this whole thing was orchestrated in order to bring forth the C HIP. Okay, and they're gonna use these immigrants to be able to bring forth legislation in order to make this happen. Okay, he's going to get his visa tracking system, the MOTB. All right, it's going to be brought forth. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Okay? So you can't trust them, okay? All right, Sirach 12:10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And we'll go down to 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to first, come with smooth words, and they're going to make it seem like this is a good thing, okay, in order to convince the masses, okay, it's for your peace and safety. But yet they're going to put it on the citizens as well, okay. All right. Revelation 20:7. When the Edomites would come back into power, they would deceive the world. So, they wouldn't come back and be nice people. They would deceive the whole world, and this is another part of their deception. Revelation 20:7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So they're gonna deceive the nations, So that's what they've been doing this whole time, using deception. And we know that we're getting very close to the other nations joining this war, okay? So things are being fulfilled, and we're getting close to the Russians and the Chinese coming against America.